EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Coming up, divisional round Saturday. We've got an AFC battle on tap, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Baltimore Ravens. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. And a signal there for the fair catch, so this opening drive will begin at the 25-yard line. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's second down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Pacheco gets it again on second down. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. A give running left, McAllister. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board. They're able to avoid that 3 and out. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. A give right side for Pacheco. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Now Hall to start the drive. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
On first down, right back to Hall. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here comes 3rd down and 7. They'll set up a throw. Oh, his first throw of his playoff matchup is intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now Mahomes. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Oh, boy, Brandon, did that just happen? I've got my hand over my eyes right now because, like him, it's going to haunt my dreams, too. He was wide open. How did he overthrow him there?
Defensively, just very lucky. You know that they got away with one there. Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. Mahomes now on first down. And he's got his big tight end here. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. On play action, it's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
65 catch.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. Under pressure and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Pacheco headed right. Fights loose. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Loose, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here, and thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Pacheco. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Once more, it's Pacheco. Again, they stopped him behind the line. That is read well for a 2nd straight play defensively. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Now here's Mahomes. Flush to his right. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10. their own 20-yard line.
Come on.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield. Everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And he's got some space here. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain there of 21 yards. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with it or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
From the 33, here's second and a couple. Ball want to give up the middle. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. There he goes, left side. That is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Breece Hall, 29 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 5. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership...
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. A nightmare of a first half for him, and that's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shape this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
A give running right is Hall. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Hall again. Shoves him away. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Breece Hall with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens are able to widen their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Mahomes now to throw. Buying time to his left.
And that'll be incomplete. Well, it took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sacked on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Mahomes going to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. They go play action here on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Baker. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Here's a give to Hall. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Breece Hall on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Ravens continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 19-point game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Sliding out of the pocket. And check down, complete to Hall. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Baltimore Ravens. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
A handoff for Hall. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Let's go now.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Buffalo 18. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
Back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down. Then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback because that was awfully close.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and that will extend their lead even further. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Mahomes quickly complete out wide. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Chiefs 2.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC Divisional round. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. George Karlaftis picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. The Ravens send their punter out now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. He'll take it at the 42. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. They'll start with the option. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. And his throw is incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Flushed out right. And now here is another interception. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. But to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6th one, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just me. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now, but he's pretty fragile. They'll run with Hall. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Breece Hall taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout.
And my goodness, another interception. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Intercepted. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
But these are the situations that really test a defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick if indeed they end up trying one.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
On third down, here's Hall. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. That'll be good for 6, but now it's fourth down.
It's fourth down.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone, but still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass.
And now here is another interception. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
It's Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
130 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend.
He'll drop to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Dragon 60.
He'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batting down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
Outright to Smith-Njigba. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Now the Ravens bring out the field goal unit here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play
for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
9 yards on the gain there, so from 2nd and 19, now we've got a 3rd and 10.
Hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Easy. 0-15.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. That is caught. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Yellow.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Good pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
And we all know how talented this guy is. He's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 40. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40.
Attack.
Now Mahomes. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Now, 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp.
Touchdown! A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Chiefs are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Brandon, what we just saw there were two guys who are in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job. It results in a terrific play.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone.
Fighting his way through contact.
And he returns this to the 22.
Let's go now.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
If they can finish this one out, they'll book a date in the AFC title game next Sunday, and it looks good so far as they try to run some clock here in this 4th quarter.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
He finds his man complete. That's Baker. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 42 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Handoff, running left. Here's Hall. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Breece Hall, 27 yards. And the Ravens are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He finds his man complete. It's Russell. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 35. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Now Mahomes, got to have this one. And my goodness, another interception. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
3rd down and 6.
19 Lions. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
On play action, they'll throw. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down. And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
They go play fake. Mahomes. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Joey Bosa coming in to drop it for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th.
But when this game is done, the credit will go to the consistent pressure on the quarterback as a huge cause of this win. Most teams are happy if they get a few of these games per year. You know they're going to watch this tape over and over, try to identify what's working, and keep it going.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
19. Cup 19. Mustang 19.
Now back to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback.
Yellow.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
Oh, what a move. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end.
The Ravens going to move on to another week in these playoffs as we say so long, everybody.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.